Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for 3 p.m. Eastern, March 12th, 2019. Oftentimes, I talk a lot about the seduction of energies that we befall. And the biggest culprit is the mind and the ego. And what happens is that we become manipulated, and we're so immersed in this matrix, this energy field that's been created, that we aren't aware. We just don't know. It's really interesting. You become separated, and you're literally caught in a vortex of down pulling. And the down pulling can go on for years, and you may not even be aware of it. In most cases, you're not. Very rarely is someone aware of it, because when they become aware of it, they elevate themselves out of it. And to you, it doesn't appear really, anything's different. But to others, the energy field that you're emitting is very distorted, very caustic, very disruptive, and self-damaging to the human that's in that frequency, or is that frequency. And it happens all the time. It happens. I'm sure you've come across people that, they're they shift in a lot of ways. They become angry. They become stressed. After such a length of time, it affects their physical well-being. It affects their perception of things, their attitude of things, their insights of things, and they're not aware. They're totally oblivious to that this is transpiring. And what it is, it's a fraying of their connection with their higher self, and it's a block, and it's a slow disintegration of who they are. They regress and into a very unpleasant field of energy. The reason this happens is because we become so enveloped in our earthly bound connections that it becomes our guide in this life. And what I mean by that is the materialism, the false sense of security, the perception or perspective of how things are around you. Now, you take a human or someone who is aware of these things, and they wash themselves of them, and they elevate their frequency by being in love and happiness and joy. And it has nothing to do with the outside. The reason it has nothing to do with the outside is that once you are in that field of peace and happiness and joy and prosperity, which is your higher self, which is your God spark, it's your core essence of your etheric energy. So once you begin to practice that, it doesn't matter where you're at. You begin to eliminate these fields of pressure and intensity. You begin to eliminate them. They dissipate. They leave you. You begin to elevate yourself with frequencies. And anybody can this uselessly. It's futile, because the frequencies, the higher the frequencies, the higher the love energy, the higher the peace energy, the higher the joy energy. The lower the frequencies, the nastier things get. The more problems things become. And the breakdown of the biological tissue accelerates. So these are all things that humanity is faced with on a daily basis, second to second. And how do you move yourself out of that? Well, you've got to learn how to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you're going to be really difficult for other people to love you. It is very, very challenging as the person deteriorates and uncouples their energy. It's a downward spiral. If they stop fighting themselves, and they stop being angry at themselves, and they stop being cynical and skeptical and pessimistic, on all these energies, they're part of it. And it just pulls that one down and down and down and down. And then they become more cantankerous, more angry, more defensive, more miscombobulated, more not making sense. And this is a continual process of self-annihilation, and based upon nothing but the preconceived notion or idea in the material world of them creating more and more fraught for themselves. It never ends. It never ends. And people can graduate, they can gravitate out for periods of times, but they're sucked back in. Here's the funny thing. When this happens, and when they're so successful that they destroy themselves, So what happens is that they leave the body. And then it sets in. Then they start to realize after they've left the body, they're not coming back to the body because they've destroyed the body so well that it cannot sustain them at all. So they have to leave the body. So when they leave the body, it takes them a little bit to adjust. Not long, but it does. And then they start to realize that, oh my gosh, I spent all this time doing this, and this, which sucked up most of my lifetime. And I didn't accomplish any of the things I wanted to accomplish. I didn't do any of the things I wanted to do. And I just burned through the time fretting, worrying, stressing, and fearing, being angry, being combative, being abrasive, all of these things. You really see this after you've left the body. You really are. You're going, holy cow. I can't believe I did those things. I can't believe I spent all that time worrying, stressing, and fearing. But by that time, it's over. You can't get it back. And no matter what age you are, no matter where you're at in life, you can make the transition. The body can heal. Your outlook, your brain energy, your physical structure can improve. You can advance. You can live in joy, happiness, and peace. You can excel. Once you step in to that understanding with yourself, the floodgates open. And things come rushing in. And there's no end as long as you stay in that frequency or higher. Say. It doesn't end. It's just constant. And you're letting go of everything. You're not hanging on to things, old baggage, old emotional stresses and strains and fears. And this meditation is lifting. Okay? We are lifting ourselves and humanity out of the cellar, out of the lowest, dankest energies of what I have just described to everybody. How can a civilization elevate itself unless each and every one of them have cleansed and cleared their way, so they know that they are in strong union with their God spark and their spirit, and they know that they brought heaven to earth, and they know and feel and experience the love and the joy and the peace constantly flowing to them and from them. Then the civilization can rapidly advance. Rapidly. This is the elimination of all of these dank, trickster energies that seduce humanity into these pits of self-annihilation. So, if you will, you go to a place where you're not going to be interrupted. I'm sure most of you are. And as I talk, you're going to want to relax and relax the body. Just be. You know? Don't address the noise, the chatter in the mind. Just relax and drop the shoulders. Relax the body. Move yourself into ease, peacefulness, quiet. All stress evacuates you. You're in the now. And as you're relaxing and being in the now, you're going to want to breathe. And you want to breathe through the nose. And you breathe out, breath out through the mouth. And as you're breathing in, you want to hold it 1001, 1002, 1003. Then exhale through the mouth. And you want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. As you're breathing in divine positive energy. This is everywhere. From the divineness of creation, from Prime Source Creator God, from the collective consciousness of the universes. You breathe in, and it's always, like I say, it's always a message. It's always a clarity that's delivered to you at the time that you request it. And that energy, whether it's subconscious or consciously, that energy comes in and communicates with you. And it communicates that the more you lift yourself, the lighter you become. The more you lift yourself out of doldrums, depressions, anxieties, stresses, fears, anger towards yourself and others. Lift yourself out. It says to you that you are a beautiful, magnificent divine creation of the highest power. Resides within that physical body, vessel. And to bring it out so that not only do you shine within, but you shine out. And you lift yourself out of the dank and the goopiness, out of the tricking, out of the illusion, and you ascend into brightness, happiness, caring, joy, and bliss, and peace, and being. And your light shines very bright. And you're in joy. And you stay there. This communication is to always lift yourself mind of peace and bliss and love and joy for yourself and all that's around you and everywhere. Being in this state of existence will completely vaporize all of these lower frequencies that continually haunt you and affect you. It asks that you sustain the lifting, that you embolden it, strengthen it, consistently move with it, lifting. You breathe out, and you breathe out all of the debris that you knowingly or unknowingly carry with you. All of the stresses, all of the insecurities, all of the fears, everything. You are constantly in a state of bliss. You expel all of the lower frequencies and energies. You do this constantly. It comes on autopilot. As it tries to come in and darken your light, it is literally burned out. Literally burned out. And you continually lift up. So as you exhale, you dispel. As you inhale, you supercharge. And you lift yourself out of the dankness. You turn, fold into your heart mind. Right below the neck, where the two bones come together, about 6 inches down. The heart mind. You set right on top of your heart. And as you do, you live in total peace. Always. You're always in peace, always in love, always in joy. And you build the strength from the essence of deep eternal love. As you're folding with your heart mind, you're immediately met with your higher self, your God spark, your soul, your spirit. You blend, you bring heaven to earth. The earth is the body, heaven is the spirit. You blend this, and this is a pulse of energy that fans out across the planet, the solar system, the galaxy, and beyond. You move the light energies. You move the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. You move the purple transmuting flame, the golden white pink light, the prime source, creator God's deep eternal love, the violet ray, the white fire, the purple, blue, violet flame light of Archangel Michael. You move this, you move with it, in it, around it. Blend with it. You feel these sources of frequency, vibration, light, energy. You advance, you expand. You are protected always. Arm in arm, hand in hand, we form our circle of light, and we effortlessly float up above the planet. Our light is bright, pulsating, humming, giving off a deep, eternal love vibrational frequency. At this time, we call upon all of the light energy beings in all dimensions, densities, universes, existences, who are of deep, eternal love and from deep, eternal love, to join us in this meditation, and they flock in numbers that cannot be identified. The vastness is so massive. And they come, and they gladly join us and connect with us and embrace us. And our circle advances, expanding throughout the galaxy. And we're focused on the cleansing of this planet. And we lovingly, graciously thank them as they thank us for inviting them. We call upon all of the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, all of the angels who are of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love to join us in this meditation. And they flow in. In massive numbers, joining the circle, embracing us, and we lovingly, graciously thank them for doing so, and they thank us for inviting them, and we are together. And our light expands, and the darkness begins to dim. We call upon all of the Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Moria, Sananda, Jesus, Gaia, Saint Germain, Abundantia, all of the Ascended Masters, to join us in this meditation of deep eternal love from deep eternal love. And they come, and they join hand in hand, arm in arm, and our light expands and grows brighter, and our reach is extended throughout the universe, focused on the cleansing of this little planet. We call upon all of the inhabitants of inner earth and hollow earth who are of deep eternal love, from deep eternal love, in great expanse, to join us in this meditation, and they gladly do so. And they join us, arm in arm, hand in hand. Of the greatest deep eternal love, from the greatest deep eternal love. And we are grateful and humbled, and they are grateful and humbled. We call upon all of the galactics who have, in benevolence, who have come to assist us in the cleaning, liberation, and assistance in ascension, and the breaking free of slavery, incarceration, manipulation, and deceit. And they are of the deepest eternal love, from the deepest eternal love, and they join us, arm in arm, hand in hand, in this meditation, and we are humbled, and we thank them, and they thank us for the invitation. And our light is bright. We call upon all of our loved ones who have passed over in this life and all lifetimes that we have inhabited, who are of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love, to join us in this meditation. And we lovingly, graciously thank them for doing so, as they thank us for us inviting them. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have chosen to be housed in the following forms at this time, on this planet, and in this planet, who are of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love, which they are fairies, the sprites, the elves, the trees, the elementals, earth, fire, air, water, the Pegasus, the unicorn, and our light extinguishes the darkness of space. We are brighter than all the suns in the universes. We are pure, deep, eternal love energy. Feel the infusion through your heart-mind as it vibrates, spreads, and saturates your entire being from head to toe. As we look up, we see our sphere that we've created, holding all of our meditations in perpetual motion. And this sphere which we created sits right above our circle of light, and it showers us, bathes us in the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, light energy. We feel the rain from it as it warmly penetrates the tops of our heads, through our physical and etherical bodies, the tops of our heads to the bottoms of our feet. We feel this warm wave lifting us upward, lifting us out of dankness, out of negativity, out of fear, out of stress, out of anger, out of intimidation, out of confusion, out of self-ridicule, out of harm, out of anger. And as we lift, we feel the breath of creation, of Prime Source Creator God, bathe us and saturate us in total peace, prosperity, abundance, bliss, nirvana. We look down upon the planet, and we can see this energy, this low energy. We can see it, feel it through our heart mind. It is a massive kaleidoscope of pictures that we see this energy, how it befalls humanity, how it drags them, how it tricks and manipulates them. So we set up the crystalline towers in etheric form. And these towers watch over and literally cleanse second to second, nonstop, through the light of the collective consciousness of the universes and of Prime Source Creator God. This saturating energy is lifting the entire civilization, and we watch as they rise. We watch as they begin to float up, as they begin to be lifted up. And we see all of the disharmony, all of the negative frequencies be totally eliminated. We see the purple transmuting flame come in, sweep down, blanket all life, transmute all of these low-frequency energies into neutral light substance, and lift them off in a vortex vacuum to the great central sun. And as this dank energy is lifted, the colors of all that there is expand to a brilliance never before experienced. The colors of all of the planet, the sky, the clouds, the ground, the waters, all of it, the animals, the life forms, the colors are accelerated, because as we lift all life on this planet, the darkness and dankness of the lower frequencies cannot survive. They are disintegrated permanently and are not to return. So this is a witnessing of a magnificent, glorious expression and energy of the greatest impact in creation. The lifting of life into the light of love permanently. The lifting. And we experience it. And we are it. And we're in joy. And we're in happiness. And we're in bliss. energy, power, and a euphoric peace and joy, not just with us, but with all life on this planet. And you feel it vibrate within your heart, mind, and expand. This is an ever-growing intensity of energy, bringing bliss as a constant, happiness and joy as a constant, not intermittent and not temporary, but permanent. And we feel it, and we move with it, and we are it. Take this powerful source energy through you the rest of the day and evening and night and into the morning. You are this energy. It's time you acknowledge to be this energy for all life.